Hello students. So today we will see first chapter, that is units and measurement. So we know that student, okay, in our day to day life we require measurement. Suppose you are going someplace, okay, and you, someone asks you about, okay, how much time you are going to require to reach that place. So time is important, okay. So after telling about time, okay, again anyone can ask about that question, that is what is distance. So it is in few kilometer, okay, or it is in miles, okay. So in this way, so measurement is required everywhere. So without measurement, without unit, nothing will be complete. For example, if your one of the friend tell you that meet me tomorrow at 10 a.m. So this statement is incomplete. Why? Because he has just given time, but not about spot, not about location. So that location is important. Or if he tell you meet me at college road, again this statement is incomplete. But at what time? So that time is important, location is important. So everywhere in measurement units are important. Suppose I have given two numbers, that is 10 and 100. So which is greater? So you can ask me question, sir, without unit nothing can say. Means 10 is greater or 100 is greater on the basis of its units. If 10 kilogram and 100 is gram, then 10 kilogram is obviously greater as compared to 100 gram. So in this way, for measurement, units are very important. Without unit, statements or whatever be the requirement will not be complete. So first we will see about its introduction. Physics is a quantitative science where we measure various physical quantities during experiments. In our day-to-day life, we need to measure a number of quantities, example, size of object, volume of liquids, amount of matter, weight of vegetables or fruits, body temperature, length of clothes, etc. A measurement always involves a comparison with a standard measuring unit which is internationally accepted. For example, measuring the mass of a given fruit, we need standard mass unit of 1 kilogram, 500 gram, that is half kg, etc. So these standards are called units. The measured quantity is expressed in terms of number followed by a corresponding unit. Example, length of wire is written as 5 meter, where meter, m stands for meter, is a unit, and 5 is the value of the length in that unit. So different quantities are measured in different units. Example, length in meter, time in second, mass in kilogram, etc. So standard measures of any quantity is called units of quantity. So in this way you can notice here 5 meter stands for what? It will be 5 times of 1 meter. If you multiply 1 by 5, it will be 5 meter. So in this way it will be 5 times of 1 centimeter, so that we call it as a 5 centimeter or 5 meter. So there are systems of units. First we will see, in our earlier standards we have come across various systems of units, namely CGS, that is centimeter gram second system, MKS meter kilogram second system, FES foot pound second system, and SI, that is system international. So these first three systems, namely CGS, MKS and FES, were used extensively till recently. In 1971, the 14th International General Conference on Weights and Measures recommended use of international systems, that is what? SI of units. So this international system of units is called SI units. As the SI units use decimal system, conversion within the system is very simple and convenient. Okay, so whatever terms we are going to use, that is 10 to the power, okay, these powers we are going to use. So in our day-to-day life, okay, we use all these three systems: centimeter, gram second, meter kilogram second, and foot pound second. So We will see later one by it. Now fundamental quantities and units. So the physical quantities which do not depend on any other physical quantities for their measurements are known as fundamental quantities. These are 7 fundamental quantities: length, mass, time, temperature, electric current, luminous intensity, and amount of substance. So total there are 7 fundamental quantities. In this way, total 7 fundamental units. So the units used to measure fundamental quantities are called fundamental units. The fundamental quantities, their units and symbols are shown in this table. So see this table, okay. First fundamental quantity, that is length. So its unit is meter, that is the SI unit, and CGS unit is nothing but centimeter, and its symbol is small m. Then second, mass. Its SI unit is kilogram and its symbol is kg, okay, small k into g. Then time, its SI unit is second, okay, represent it by symbol small s. Then temperature, its unit is Kelvin, symbol is capital K. Then next one, electric current, that is ampere, its symbol is capital A. Then luminous intensity, candela, that is CD, which is a symbol small c into d, CD. Then amount of substance, mole, okay, and its symbol is also mole. So there is a little bit difference between mole and mole, okay. Notice that mole, MOLE, that is the SI unit, and its symbol is MOL only, where not small e is there. Now you can notice here about this symbols and SI unit, okay. Whenever there is a name of that scientist, for example, ampere is a scientist, Kelvin is a scientist, okay. So when you are writing its symbol, you have to write it is in capital letter. So look at here, capital K and A, okay, and remaining are small letters where not name of any scientist, so you can write as a small letters. For example, mass, then kilogram, then second, then candela and mole, okay. So in this way, 7 fundamental quantities, okay, 7 fundamental units, and they have 7 symbols also. Now next, that is derived quantities. Now fundamental and derived, only 2 quantities are available. Fundamental means what? Which are available everywhere, okay, and which does not require any other quantity for their explanation, okay, or we did not to derive that quantity, that is nothing but fundamental quantity, okay, or shortly we can say it does not depend upon any other physical quantity. You can directly measure, for example, length you can directly measure, time you can directly measure, then weight also you can directly measure, temperature also you can directly measure. But when we have to compare about speed, okay, we have to consider our speed of vehicle, okay, for that you require any other quantity, okay, that is nothing but a derived quantity. So we will see derived quantity. In physics we come across a large number of quantities like speed, momentum, resistance, conductivity, etc., which depend on some or all 7 fundamental quantities and can be expressed in terms of these quantities. So these are called derived quantities, and their units which can be expressed in terms of fundamental units are called derived units. So whatever quantities which are derived is nothing but derived quantities. For example, SI unit of velocity is nothing but what? Meter per second, but its formula unit of displacement upon unit of time. What is unit of displacement? It is meter. Unit of time, second. So meter upon second, so that we call it as a meter per second, or ms inverse. It's shortcut you can write ms inverse. Now next one is a unit of momentum, that is mass into velocity, okay, m into v, okay, you can see here, okay, kilogram meter per second. Now how it is? Unit of mass is kilogram. What is unit of velocity? You can see here, meter per second, so that its unit will be kilogram meter per second, its unit. So these are two derived units. And next, supplementary units. There are two supplementary units, 7 fundamental quantities, okay, 7 fundamental units and 2 supplementary units. Besides the 7 fundamental units and quantities, there are 2 more units called supplementary units, plane angle and solid angle. So whatever angles we are using, that is plane angle mostly. So this is the ratio of length of an arc circle to the radius of circle. Okay, see this figure. Okay, ds is what? Ds is nothing but that length, that is arc. Okay, and O to B is a radius. So what is its shortcut formula? Angle is nothing but what? Arc length upon radius. Here arc length is what? Ds, and radius is r, so that ds upon r is the angle subtended by the arc at the center of the circle, and it is measured in radian. So angle theta is in radian, denoted by as theta c. So you can notice here, okay, its suffix we have written small c, that is nothing but radian. So whenever we use this angle, okay, we have to mention it in radian. Then about solid angle. So this is a three-dimensional analogous of d theta and is defined as the area of the portion of surface of a sphere to the square of radius of the sphere. Thus d omega is equal to, okay, its symbol, that symbol, solid angle symbol is a d omega, is equal to dA upon r square. That is area upon square of this radius also we can consider. So in second figure you can see this solid angle. Okay, it is measured in steradian. Its unit is steradian and its symbol is SR. Okay, whatever symbol of plane angle is what? Rad, that is RAD, and its symbol is what? SR. A sphere of radius r has surface area 4 pi r square. Thus the angle subtended by the entire sphere at its center is omega, that is equal to 4 pi r square upon r square, where r square will cancel out. So it will be 4 pi s r, that is nothing but your steradian. Okay, 4 pi steradian. Okay, so in this way you can see this plane angle and solid angle. And now one example you have given. Okay, you can see this example here. What is the solid angle subtended by the moon at any point of the earth, given the diameter of moon is 3474 kilometer and its distance from the earth is 3.84 into 10 to the power 8 meter. So solid angle subtended by moon at the earth, the solution is given area upon moon earth distance, so pi into this term square upon r square. So for this numerical we have to use log table. Okay, so whenever we will learn log table, then I will explain you this in detail, so till up to forget about it. Okay, just keep in mind there's two units, plane angle and solid angle. Okay, now relation between radian and degrees are given. Okay, so we know that whatever angles we are measured in our day-to-day life, okay, or whatever angles we draw on our notebook, that is nothing but 2 dimension, that is in degree, 30, 40, 60, 80, 90, 180 up to 360. So pi radian is nothing but what? Pi c, that is 180 degree, and 1 radian is nothing but what? 180 upon pi. So if you divide 180 divided by 3.1415, it will be 57.297 degrees. So what is value of 1 radian? Its value is 57.29. And similarly for 1 degree it is pi upon 180. Okay, you can just reverse it. Okay, see this 180 upon pi, what is its reverse exactly? Pi upon 180. So it will be 3.1415 upon 180, which is 1.745 into 10 to the power minus 2 radian. So 1 radian is equal to 57 and 1 degree is equal to 1.745 into 10 to the power minus 2 radian. So this is the difference between them. So another way you can write 1 degree, that is 60 minutes. Okay, and 1 minute is nothing but 2.91 into 10 raised to minus 4 radian. So again you can calculate this value also, and here below that, okay, 1 degree. Okay, dash is nothing but what? Minute. 1 minute, that is 60 second, and 1 second you have considered 4.847 into 10 to the power minus 6 radian. So in this way you can calculate this value. So whenever we will solve problems, okay, so we have to use all these terms. So 1 radian 57 degree, and 1 degree, that is equal to 1.745 10 to the power minus 2 radian. So whenever we will solve problems, okay, then our concepts will be clear. Okay, then you will realize that how we can use this radian degree terms. Okay, and whatever this calculation, now it will be very lengthy calculation, but by using log table it will be very easy to calculate answer. Okay, so till up to we will stop now. Fine, thank you.